What the? All right. So tonight's WTF moment of the week goes to Tiaundra Christon of Texas. I believe she's from Houston, Texas. She is getting our WTF moment of the week for the sentencing that just got passed down here in Texas. She was sentenced to 20 years for the murder, basically, of her 2-year-old daughter. Uh, daughter's name was Hazana Anderson. Tiaundra Christon and her boyfriend were at a hotel or a motel, I don't know, and they beat this child to death and threw the child into Lake Galveston and had like a life-size doll that they dressed up to try to play it off like that
Reborn
was
dog.
their that was their daughter. So
Like
Wish
nothing.
I could throw her ass in the lake. Sorry, man.
it's definitely, man, like when you shared this with us, my first impression was, in Texas, I'm surprised she only got 20 years
You ain't lying.
because I would have expected the death penalty or at least life, but she
Right
got
off.
20 years.
Yeah.
And my second reaction was, who does that? Like, what is wrong with people that do things like that, man? Especially to a little kid that can't defend themselves.
There are so many people out there that want to have kids that can't have kids that would have loved to taking care of that baby. I mean, I don't know what kind of situation they were in or what happened. I mean, there's really no excuse for what happened, to be honest, in my eyes. And like T said, she should be thrown in the lake. She should be the one that was drowned, not that baby. That's crazy, bro. There
Yeah,
there's nothing that little baby could have done to to deserve that at all. Nothing.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know all the details, like her reasons why, but you don't have a reason why, a valid reason why that is. But I don't know, man. Like when I hear stuff like that, it makes me think about, when you look at these shows like Forensic Files and the Unsolved Mysteries, and you hear, you know, parent killed their kid because the kid cried too much, uh, because the kid wouldn't be quiet, and everything under the sun, but like it never makes sense to me. And every time I hear something like this, it infuriates me. Like somebody should go throw her ass in the lake and hold her down.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I agree. It boggles my mind what drives an individual to the point where they're just like, this child's life has to end.
Right.
And maybe it wasn't even the case. Maybe she just got frustrated and hit the kid, and the baby just she went overboard with it, and the baby passed, and then they figured
Man, she don't have a valid reason why
there's
to
no
engage
there's no
her
way to
because
explain it away.
yeah. And I'm not saying you justifying her action. I'm just saying, you know, like you don't have a reason why. You chose to have this child. You chose to give life.
Yep.
So that's your responsibility for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And you can't choose to just throw that away. If you didn't want the kid, give it up for adoption. Give it to somebody. I'm sure one of your family members would have taken him or her in.
Yep.
So, like you said, man, it's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, man, I agree. Like Gerald said, like how many people out there just can't have kids but want kids?
Exactly.
You said
Exactly.
you said her and her boyfriend beat her to death, right?
Right.
I mean, there's no excuse for that. Like as an adult, you have to have self-control. When you have a child, you have to be able to walk away. No matter how much I get frustrated as a dad, you have to know how to keep yourself in check to where you're not going to do something to harm your child. You brought them in this, like T said, you brought them in this world, bro. That's your
I tell you,
responsibility.
and I'll tell you one thing. I don't know about every other household, but for the majority of Black households, I can't tell you how many times I heard growing up, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. But my mama knew self-restraint.
Right.
She knew how to control her anger. And there were times where I pushed her to the limit. And it never got as bad as what these dumbass people are doing that threw that baby in the lake, man. So like I don't understand it. I will never understand it. And the more that I think about it, the more I hear it, the more I read it, it boils my blood. Like that's probably the one thing. And I'm not really an angry person. Like for the most part, I'm calm, cool, and collected. But this is like the one thing that just it gets up under my skin. Like everybody has an evil side. When I read stuff like that, that's the side that tends to come out. It's like, man, I wish somebody would go find them and beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Or throw their ass in the ocean and hold them down. You know what I'm saying? Like, do unto you as you did unto the kid.
Well, the thing about it is, you know, in prison, these are the kind of people that don't make
Don't
it
survive.
because
survive.
even as crazy as it sounds to have other, you know, killers and bad people in prison, they still look down upon people that do bad things to kids. So I'm not wishing her ill will, but I am hoping that, you know, some action gets taken. If you're not going to get full justice from the courts, get it somewhere. You know what
somebody
I'm saying?
needs to tax that ass.
Tax all that ass.
I mean, like T said, man, like growing up, I tested the waters, but with my dad being a chief in the Navy, I mean, it was okay. You think you're a man? I'm gonna treat you like a man, and thankfully, he never had to treat me like a man. Just those words alone were okay.
Enough to instill some fear.
Yep.
Hey, bro, how many? Honestly, bro, how many times did your pops catch you with a fade?
None. Thankfully, none.
It shows, but
thankfully, none, bro. Like we were talking about a few weeks ago, bro. My dad still has that grown man strength. Like even as old as he is, I'm not gonna say his age on here, but even as old as he is today, I still fear that man. I always will.
I agree, bro. My pops is 5'10", 185. And I still got that belief that if he wanted to, he might try to catch me with a fade, bro. But
I know right now.
I never pushed it.
I know right now today, if I said something sideways to my dad, he could open my chest with one punch. I already know. I'll be on the ground, dying. Nah.
Cardiac arrest.
Yep.
Kind of like who we talking about later? Kareem.
Oh,
better.
You talking about Triple G's opponent? My boy got Sarah Meta.
Yeah.
My boy got waxed, but yeah, man, that's our WTF for this week, and I don't want to dwell on it too much. I don't want to give this lady any more shine than she's already gotten for this heinous act. But there needs to be some awareness, and there needs to be these people need to be highlighted for what they're doing, and you know it's not okay, it's not all right, it's not excusable, it's not explainable, it's not justifiable, it's not acceptable, it's nothing. It's heinous and it's unnecessary. So for the tragedy that happened, for Hazana Anderson, that's why your mom gets this week's WTF moment of the week.